Alright, welcome back, guys. Sorry, I forgot to mention this. I couldn't leave well enough alone. Thank you guys for subscribing, first of all. Thank you for watching. Thanks for everything you guys do. Anyway, so I forgot. I almost took that cab to the scrapyard, and I forgot this truck's gonna be four-wheel drive. So that is the floor pan. It's just sitting there. I forgot I had to cut this out. So that's all the mounting, the bracket, everything. So I'm gonna have to cut this in. Cut that in or cut that out and cut this piece in. So yeah, I almost forgot about that. So anyway, yeah. So I also ended up taking the bolts out and moved it back to this front location. So that's original hole. So I moved it back, and sure enough, it moved that axle right back to where it needed to be. So right now, from the back of the cab, from back here to center of here is about 42.5 inches. maybe pushing 43. Anyway, so we'll just call it 43 inches. From the bed to center is 41 inches. So that leaves me a 2-inch gap in here between the bed and between the cab. So anyway, I knew I was gonna have to do it. I was gonna wait and try the bed on, but I decided not to. I do have grade 8 nuts, so these are just grade 5. I did pick some up in Colorado. They're in my backpack. I didn't want to bring them on the plane. Don't know why. Just didn't want to. Anyway, yeah, so I decided to start messing with the truck again right after the last video. But yeah, so now I got a big mess of tools I got to clean up. So as you can see, tools, grinder, all the batteries are dead. So, and then they're telling me that they're overheated because it's just too hot out here. So if you have a DeWalt and this over here flashes yellow or stays yellow, this light over here, or an amber color, that means the batteries are overheated. So all of my batteries were way too hot. I ended up going through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 batteries to cut that floor pan out. And mind you that it was I think about 102 degrees outside, and yeah, it was hot, and I don't know if the batteries went into thermal shut off or if the actual grinder did, because I've been using the half-inch impact with one of the batteries, and I haven't had a problem. So I don't know, I'm kind of thinking it was the grinder. But anyway, so I came back here, cut these off. If you remember, they sat up here about that high. So I cut those off on either side, and yeah, cut those off. And then did the floor pan from the 91 Chevy. So I came in here and ground this up a little bit. I'm not gonna touch that. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna touch the floor man, I don't know. So I'm gonna finish all this in here, all the welding I gotta finish on the cab here and then over there, and then I probably won't touch the cab as far as paint or anything until I get all this fixed. So I think when I come back, I'm gonna weld up some tabs for the radiator. I took these off the '64 Chevy. This is what was holding the radiator, I'm assuming. They kind of look a little hokey. That one does. This one looks like it's seen better days. Or that one's better. This one looks like it's seen better days. Anyway. So I think when I come back, when I get back my next trip, I am going to focus on getting this thing running. So weld in the tabs. I might tear this whole front apart again and paint it. I might not, I don't know yet. Considering that I gotta take the cab off and I want to weld the firewall where I cut out, and I want to fix all that in there. So anywho, it's coming together, it's coming along. Yeah, so it does sit a little taller in the rear now. So because I moved those forward, because I moved those perches forward, so it came forward, this here came this way, brought it down, brought the back of the truck up, but I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So, but my plan is not to C-notch this and not to do airbags. So I will not do airbags and I will not C-notch it, just because of the reliability of airbags. Leaking, air lines, air compressor, there's just so much maintenance. I don't know if there's so much maintenance, but you get moisture in the lines, you get moisture in the bags, get air compressors break down, fuses blow, blah blah blah. Anyway, I'm going to end up just doing regular shocks, which I'll have to figure out. I don't know yet if I'm going to cut these perches off, or drill out the rivets basically, take those off and do my own, because that's quite an angle now, whereas before that was a lot lower. So the angle was down there more, so now it's here, so now the shock is just going to be doing this. So to that extent, it's going to collapse, focus down there. So it's basically going to be going like this. If I put a shock in, it's going to collapse and do this at the same time. So I don't know yet. Maybe I'll take those. Man, excuse me guys. It's just really dry out here, and been drinking like a gallon of water every chance I can. But anyway, drilling those out and then moving them back. Maybe moving them from that hole to that hole, moving them back that far, and vice versa over here. Just drilling these out, drill that out, and then move them back to there. Anyway, so that is probably the plan. I'll either grind these off or drill them out. Kind of would rather just drill them out, because I think it's a little easier. You drill them out, drill these out, and then hit it with a chisel and they pop out. So yeah, that's probably what I'm going to end up doing here. This way I can retain the factory bent dropouts, I guess you can call them. I'll have to try to bend that back with the little hammer suasion. So Anyway, yeah, so that's the plan for my next half. Is I'm probably gonna do these. I'll do these shock things, move them back, move them forward. I gotta drill these out still. Put my grade 8 bolts or nuts all the way around. So that'll be the rear, and then I'm gonna stick the bed on and see how that looks. And then I'm gonna mess with the wiring and get this thing fired up. So, and also weld on some tabs for the radiator. I think what I need to do is just take a piece of plate, steel, maybe 3/16 or something, weld it on the bottom, and then put these, I can drill these, do something with that, or yeah, I don't know, or do something else. So anyway guys, that's gonna be it. It's too much of a video. Tomorrow morning, basically I'm just gonna shave my head, shave my face. I don't need to pack, I don't need to do laundry. Actually, I do gotta do laundry for when I come back. I'll have clothes anyway. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for liking if you do. Thank you for disliking if you don't. Either way, it gives me a view. Make sure you guys check out my previous video over here. Subscribe over here. Check out my boy One and Glenn down here. Alright guys, later.